In October 2010, we went to BlizzCon, and I remember walking the floor the first morning, and the atmosphere was just electrifying. It was like being at the greatest rock concert of all time. The passion that the fans had, and I remember sort of thinking to myself, we've got to be part of this in some meaningful way. And then a couple of months later, we were actually in Irvine, California, at Blizzard's head office, presenting to them what we thought would be some pretty cool toys. So we sat with the creative minds behind the game, and it was just amazing to have them have the same reaction that we had to what we put together.
So I was brought on about a year ago, and Mega came down and they had some different ideas and concepts, and they proposed basically a line for us. And when I saw it the first time, it just knocked my socks off. I knew right away that this was going to be a great relationship, and they just got us. They understood what type of characters we were looking to explore. They understood the proportions and the color schemes, in which really just impressed us from day one.
The first challenge we faced was, where do you start? This world is so massively epic. But to make a great construction toy line, we always start with two pretty basic questions. Who's the hero, and what do I build? What's most exciting to us about WoW is not only the fact that there are so many predetermined or predefined heroes and characters, Arthas, Thrall, Varian, but the real magic is that you, the player, are the hero.
So I have an opportunity to see this stuff before anyone else does, and it's really exciting, and it's kind of like Christmas. I walk into these rooms, they show me this product, and it's just like, I can't wait to start playing with it and just get in there and dive in and find out what these guys can actually do. I mean, they're so cool, and it's just so awesome to actually see our characters coming to life in this buildable playset space. It's just, you know, it's like a dream come true. Out of the first wave of toys, I gotta tell you, my favorite is probably the Deathwing and Stormwind playset. It was just super cool to see this thing come to life. You know, it was a very specific moment in our world. You know, Deathwing coming in and destroying these spaces, and you know, we had a cinematic where we totally built this out, and to see that actualized in this space, you know, it was just absolutely incredible, right? To actually be able to get down in there and actually play with it, and get to experience, you know, what you only can see from a distance in these playable spaces. It was just so cool, and just, you know, I couldn't tell you how geeked up I was to actually get down there and actually see how these things moved. And you know, I really feel that the Deathwing piece really came off.
You can recreate the iconic locations and epic battles by building Stormwind or Orgrimmar, your own Goblin Zeppelin, or even Deathwing. I think the toy I'm most excited about in the initial collection has to be the Goblin Zeppelin. It's an awesome build, it's a really cool toy, and I don't think anything's ever been done like it before within construction.
So the thing I'm probably most excited about going forward with Mega is exploring, you know, these new chapters of the World of Warcraft, right? We've got the Pandaren expansion coming up, and to really see what we can do in that space, and you know, take these little guys and, you know, just explore their world and the creatures and monsters and the landscape alone, you know, for me is just going to be this amazing ride, and you know, I can't wait to see what Mega comes up with.
It's been great working with the extremely talented licensing team at Blizzard, and a real privilege to have Nick Carpenter involved in the project from the very beginning. I think that, coupled with the fact that the whole design team here in Montreal are World of Warcraft players, we truly get to say that this is a toy line that is by the fans, for the fans.
Sky's the limit, right? We think about all these different characters and ways that we can express it in this buildable space, And with Mega and their mindset and Blizzard, and coming from a place where we both have the same values, they understand us and we understand them, and so it just feels like this amazing relationship where we know ultimately we're going to make the best product possible.